I was getting sick of talking too.
Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. We have another episode of Empire of Sin. This is episode 3.
Meh.
Got it.
This is a boss battle, in
Fuck
a
off!
literal sense. To win at this game, you need to be the last one standing. Take Ronnie out, and his safe house and precinct are all yours. By the way, if you get an enemy into a bleeding out state, it's worth putting them out of their misery. Perform a brutal execution, and you'll gain the bloodlust status effect, which immediately gives you extra health and heals you slowly over time.
Okay, so last episode we took out a lot of the reinforcements, and now we're trying to take out our first depot. We got the depot boss, the safe house group's boss, safe house to take over.
Ah, feck it!
Our team takes a couple shots, and then it's the enemy team's turn.
Hey, it's not my gun.
We'll speed up their turn this round because they're just kind of repositioning and closing the gap. Now back to our turn again. We get a nice burst to finish off that one guy there.
I knew it! Shit!
Nora comes up. We're gonna move her over here. Try to heal. We're gonna try to heal Frank Reagan.
Fuck!
And we're either gonna put her in the Overwatch or get her in a better position so she has more cover. We go with the Overwatch this time.
Understood.
Reagan steps up to the plate. It's a home run!
And we allow Frank Reagan to go up for to hit him with the home run there. Frank gets shot at. And then some of the enemies go into Overwatch as they bridge the gap and get closer. Thinking about using a grenade there for some area impact. But we go with the boom. Failed the Overwatch and still got off our burst, so that's pretty good. And it's Nora's turn again. We're gonna reload the gun. Pull Frank back. Fast forward this part, the enemies kind of just all missed and or moved there, so it wasn't much to see. We get a good burst. Chang came in with a good burst there. There you go, Nora with a nice long shot getting a critical. Frank lining one. Getting a good contact with that one. Enemy boss flanking. Missed the shot more, that's pretty good. So far we're still hanging in there with our health. We're not really even losing our health too much. Oh, Nora got blasted right there. Nora missed that shot on Nora. And now it's the next round, start of the next round, and it's our turn again. We could probably get some good points on these ones here. Like for example, with that shot, that little burst to that player puts him on the ground and bleed out mode. Nora comes in, a nice finisher shot there.
No.
Knockdown phase, but missed the shot entirely, so not entirely ideal for us, but at the same time. Frank's turn. Frank blasts.
Right in the kisser.
And then Ronnie gets his turn again. Enemies' turns for this second half of the round. As you can see, This one's pretty much getting finished up in new round. Our initiative is higher than the enemies, so we get our characters to go first. And as you can see, we try and get another burst fire. Get a couple of them. Nora's turn, tries to get one of them long shots. Lands. Frank's turn. Maybe a nice shot on the boss. Misses. No worries. Looks like Ronnie O'Neal has changed his position to try to flank somebody. Misses his shot on Frank. Now their hired guns and foot soldiers are just getting into position, as you can see, kind of tucking in that corner there for some reason, leaving Ronnie here in the front by himself, but that's alright, because if you look at it, we can do that.
I'm going!
And build up the health of...
I'm not gonna take it anymore.
That did it. Finish him off there.
Perfect.
Boost, and you'll get your, you'll get Bloodlust. There you go, Nora. Good shot on the healthier one. Frank's turn, yet again. Gonna take this and try to get the dude, but we miss.
Hey, it's not my gun.
Enemies might only have this round left to do
You're gonna
something,
pay.
because if we land a shot on that one there, we're gonna finish them.
Smack those rocks.
And now it's the beginning of the round, next round again, and we get our turn. We have better initiative than the enemies, so we all of our characters get to go first, because they
I'm
have
on it.
better initiative. Boom, Chang finishes off that one, and at this point,
They got me.
it's gonna be pretty much a it's gonna be a slugfest. Gonna get yep, gonna get 9 out of that one. Should've been melee, to be honest. It's alright though. Get a nice hit with
Right.
Frank Reagan there. Gonna use one action point to get back in the position it wants to be in, and then it's gonna use its last action point to try and attack my boss, my organization leader. We go ahead and give Bu Chang some movement with her action points that round. Give Nora a little bit of health, and then Frank Reagan, try to get a play with Frank Reagan. We'll leave Nora's second remaining action point.
Gotcha.
Bu Chang coming in with the pressure. Nora coming in with the pressure. Frank Reagan reloading his gun. And boom. Nice critical.
Right in the
Got
kisser.
7 HP left this boss. He gets a good shot on Frank. Down to about a third of his health bar. But with having 3 attacks left in this round before that enemy
I'm on it.
7 HP even gets his turn, it's gonna be a pretty easy finish up there. And there you go.
We
Who
did
else
it,
but
Brent!
me?
That's our first precinct takeover.
When you take over a precinct, you have 4 options available. Occupy lets you take over a precinct with all rackets in working order. Loot and Occupy still takes over the precinct, but you'll wreck some rackets in the process. The Sack and Raise options won't transfer ownership to you. Sack wrecks the place for the faction that owns the precinct, but keeps them in control. Raise removes control of the precinct from that faction entirely and transfers it over to thugs. You can't raise a precinct run by thugs. Use Sack and Raise sparingly and strategically.
Alright, now we're gonna choose to occupy this one.
This is the precinct screen. You can get a good look at the state of your precinct from here. Looks like you've inherited Ronnie's thug problem. If you want to make the most of your precinct, you'll have to do something about them. At the top, you can see how many racket slots this precinct can hold, how many slots are available, how many are already built, and how many are occupied by thugs. There are 4 racket types: speakeasies, breweries, brothels, and casinos. Speakeasies can't function without alcohol, but they've got a big capacity for customers. Breweries make the alcohol that runs your empire, so make sure you've got enough of them. Keep an eye on your police activity, because the cops love shutting breweries down. Brothels may not be your big earners, but they don't need much alcohol to function, and they increase your customer cap in the precinct. Casinos have variable income depending on how many big winners you get. They'll also draw more customers to the precinct. Striking a balance between your rackets is key to making sure you can support all those thirsty customers. Equipping available racket slots in your precinct provides you with reinforcements if your safe house or depot is attacked. No one else can build up in your precinct while you control it, but there's always a chance that you can be attacked. You can see how much and what type of alcohol your precinct is consuming on the left side of the screen. The default for alcohol is to serve your best booze available, but you can change that here. Upgrade your breweries to produce better quality alcohol and make more money from your booze-slinging joints. You've also got improvement slots which apply bonuses to your precinct. They affect your rackets, police activity, and customers. You have a limited number of improvement slots available, so use them wisely. Keep taking precincts in the neighborhood, and eventually you'll achieve total neighborhood domination. Different neighborhoods provide specific bonuses once you have total domination over them. Explore the city to get a taste for the different offerings out there. Select a racket to see what kind of upgrades are available, or equip a new racket if you've got an empty slot. Close the screen when you're ready.
And that's that for our precinct takeover, that one there. And now we do some upgrades to it if we want to or can. Now currently we're pretty much at the beginning, so we don't have tons of capital to upgrade with, but like I said, I do want to sink a lot of the money into hired guns so that I could take an advantage in the power of numbers.
For most rackets, you've got 4 different ways you can class up your joints: security, deflect, ambience, and word of mouth. Breweries have production, alcohol quality, and storage upgrades too. Safe houses have security, production, and alcohol quality upgrades. The information panel to the right shows your upgrade's current state and what you'll get in the next upgrade. Remember, upgrades take time, so think carefully before you choose what to upgrade. Close the precinct screen when you're ready to continue.
Okay, so we're learning that these upgrades that we want to acquire will take time after we choose it for it to finish the upgrade. So it actually takes time upgrading once you pay to upgrade it. Alright, and that's pretty much it for this episode. That's our first safe house takeover. And check out the next episode. We start this empire.
Congratulations, you've got your first safe house. Defend it at all costs. Your safe house gives you both defensive and offensive benefits. Take adjacent precincts to create depots and a supply line back to your safe house. Keep your supply line intact.
Alright, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed. Check out the next episode if you want. Coming soon.